The following sports program on the Vulcan Sports Network is brought to you by CUTV, California University Television. So if sports is your thing, buckle up. You've got the best seats in the house.
Welcome to Booster Field for the CUTV High School Football Game of the Week between the California Trojans and the Frazier Commodores. Hello everybody, I'm Randy Page, along with me Gary Smith, and Gary, California comes in with a record of 2-1. They lost a tough 13-6 game to Monessen last week. Frazier comes in 1-2 as they defeated Jefferson Morgan. What can we look for in tonight's game, Gary?
Well, Randy, from the California side of the ball, they're going to look to give the ball to Nathan Peters, who is on such a tear since the middle of last year. His rush for 6 consecutive 200-yard-plus games. On the Frazier side of the ball, George McGavitt would be the back to look for. So I look for a ground-controlled ball game, little passing. Should be a hard-nosed contest.
And for more on tonight's matchup, we take it down to our field reporter, BJ Forsyth.
Randy, Gary, first night in 3 weeks that it isn't raining. It's going to be a beautiful night tonight. Temperature is going to be in the low 50s. Right now it's about 65. Winds are calm, and it's going to be a very, very nice game. Clouds are gone out of the sky, and there is no chance for rain, practically none whatsoever. The field is nice. Both coaches say it's great for a football game. And also, we have to report in injuries for Frazier. Tyrone Mitchell is back off of the disabled list. He had a bad knee. He'll be playing tonight, but Mike Mattress is injured with a shoulder and a sprained collarbone, so he will be out for the game. For the California Trojans, we have Wade Wright, number 21, who was a defensive tackle. He is injured for the game. He has a bad knee. He's a very important part of the team as being one of the captains, but he is injured, and he won't be able to play, probably not until next week's game. Randy?
Thank you, BJ. And up next, we will have the opening kickoff of tonight's CUTV High School Football Game of the Week.
CUTV's award-winning television coverage of the first half of tonight's High School Game of the Week on California University Television is brought to you by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. By National City Bank, going the distance for you. By Solomon Chrysler Plymouth, always a low price. By Davies Ford, where no one walks away unsatisfied. By Martinelli Eye Clinic, your complete quality vision care center. And by Brownsville Ace Hardware, Ace is the place. Voted by ESPN as the #1 college television station in the nation for sports and recipient of a 1996 Telly Award, CUTV sports coverage will return with tonight's opening kickoff of the High School Game of the Week right after this.
Is he dead? Nope, he's just plain dead. Watch.
Oh, what a pity.
Dad, where do you see what Sparky can do?
Joan was here. Unfortunately, her bus was way over here. And besides, her heart was here. Tim was here, but longed to be here. or maybe here. And Tony, he had bills up to here. So they all went here, where our consumer loan specialist got them here and there, which is exactly why we're here. National City, we're going the distance for you.
There's always a low price at Solomon Chrysler, Plymouth Dodge, and Carmichael's. Opened in 1993, Solomon has Chrysler's highest dealership rating for superior sales, service, customer satisfaction, and the 5-star award for excellence. And there's over $3 million of new car and truck inventory in stock, as well as 30 pre-owned, top-quality, and totally reconditioned used cars and trucks. Always a low price. That's what you'll get at Solomon Chrysler, Plymouth Dodge, located at the corners of Route 21 and Route 88 in Carmichael's.
Davies Ford has great deals on new Ford cars and trucks to keep you cool all summer long. Davies Ford has a huge selection of new Windstars, Mustangs, Probes, Rangers, and Tauruses ready for immediate delivery at prices that won't make you sweat. And if you're looking for conversion vans, you gotta check out the incredible selection at Davies Ford. Davies Ford is this year's proud recipient of the Chairman's Award. And don't forget, Davies Ford is one of the area's largest dealers of pre-owned cars and trucks.
Davies Ford, where no one walks away unsatisfied.
You put the left one in. Why go through all this hokey pokey when there's AccuView disposable contact lenses? Wear them about a week and throw them away. You never have to clean them. Ask about a free trial pair and always follow your doctor's instructions. AccuView.
Dr. John Martinelli and Associates bring you the convenience of disposable contacts for just $20 a month. No hokey pokey, just $20 a month for disposable contacts. Only at Dr. John Martinelli and Associates at the Uniontown Medical Eye Center on Cherry Tree Lane.
Since 1923, Brownsville Ace Hardware has been providing the area with the best selection, a knowledgeable staff, and great services, such as free delivery. You can depend on Brownsville Ace for all your gardening needs, paints, plumbing, hardware, and electrical supplies. Keep watching your mail for your monthly circulars. Brownsville Ace Hardware, 8 Water Street, Brownsville. Have a problem or question? Call 785-4100.
And welcome back to Booster Field for the CUTV High School Football Game of the Week. Right now, the captains are at the center of the field, and we'll listen in on the conference. And Frazier has won the toss, and they will receive.
You know, Randy, we talked in the opening about Nathan Peters, the running back for the California Trojans, and George McGavitt, the running back, the tailback for the Frazier Commodores, and how much of their team's offense they account for. But the big catalyst for those offenses are their big offensive lines, because without them, there would be no way they'd be getting the daylight they've run to so far this young football season.
Definitely agree with that, as both lines have done an impressive job of breaking open holes for both Peters and McGavitt.
Should be a good night for football this evening.
On and off.
There's no rain scheduled for the first time in 2 weeks for a high school football game. The field is dry, and the sun has gone down. So we're about ready to kick things off here from Booster Field in California, Pennsylvania, just up the road from California University.
All right, number 79, Mark D. Piazza is getting set behind the ball, and he is going to kick off for the California Trojans. McGavitt back deep for the Commodores. As soon as the whistle blows, we're set to go. And here comes D. Piazza's kick, and it's a low line drive taken by the up man, number 25, that is Glenn Struthers, and Struthers takes it down to about the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Frazier Commodores.
Good start for the Frazier Commodores, getting good field position near the 40-yard line. It was a low line drive, and he just took up off the field. So he gets the kickoff and cuts straight left and runs.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Commodores at their own 38. Number 8, Greg Abel, is the quarterback for Frazier. And it's a handoff to McGavitt, and McGavitt has an opening. He gets up to about the 48-yard line. It'll be very close to a Commodore first down.
Well, Randy, we talked about the big offensive line in front of George McGavitt that time, and on the snap, they just blew away the defensive line of California, and that will be enough for Frazier. First down, almost at midfield. As we see it here, there is not a defensive player in sight until number 88 makes a tackle. That is Ryan Givens for the Trojans. Excuse me. Bring up 1st and 10.
All right, Commodores break out of the huddle. They're lined up in the I formation. Number 47, Elliott, is the up back. And it's a handoff to McGavitt again. McGavitt is stopped at midfield. Maybe a gain of 1.
Well, there's no hole open that time as the Frazier defense didn't pick up the blitz of the California Trojans. We saw right there, number 88 filled the hole. And there's just too many Trojans, not enough Commodores. McGavitt did good to get a 1-yard pickup on that play. 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9, Commodore ball at midfield as they break out of the huddle. And Abel gets set. And fakes a handoff to McGavitt, and he's sacked. Nice play right there by number 81, Kevin Mock.
Heck of a play that time by Mock for the Trojans. He just blew by his blocker at the snap, and he was in the backfield as the same time Abel was after the play fake. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Frazier Commodores.
And so now it is 3rd and about 19 yards to go for Frazier as we are just underway here at the high school football game of the week. Commodores break out of the huddle. Number 6, Troy Robertson, is the receiver to the left. And Abel drops back. It's a draw play to McGavitt, and it doesn't look like the Trojans are full, but McGavitt has an opening and cuts it down the sideline and is taken out at about the California 48-yard line, so he picked up about 15 yards on the play.
Well, that time the California defense had 8 man near the line of scrimmage. They were playing a 4-4. But they were all in the middle of the field, and McGavitt was able to pop to the outside and get good yardage up the sidelines. We see all the Trojan players in the middle of the field. He just accelerates up the field. That is number 11 making the tackle. That's Brady Barbaro for the California Trojans.
And speaking of number 11, Barbaro, he's set back deep as Abel punts the ball, and the ball is taking a Commodore roll, and is downed inside the 20. A nice punt by Greg Abel, and the Trojans will take over deep in their own territory.
Excellent punt for Abel that time as he gave his coverage team enough time to get down there, and the Trojan back had no real reason, Randy, to pick up the ball and run with it as he was surrounded by a plethora of white and red. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from deep in their own territory. So we see a good shot that time of the California huddle as they're about set for their first offensive series of the night under the brand new lights here at Booster Field in California.
And the man to watch is number 40, Nathan Peters. He's lined up in the backfield as Brady Barbaro is calling the signals, and he hands it up to the up man, number 29 for California. That's Pete Klein, and Klein picks up about 5 yards on the play.
They were trying to catch Frazier off guard that time as everybody's been talking about Peters, and right there, it's just a straight handoff to Klein, trying to get some yards on his own. He had a pretty good pickup. The 2nd down and 4.
Nice play there by Klein, as it seems that maybe this is what the Trojans are trying to do and resort to some trickery before they may just let Peters come in for the kill. 2nd down and 4. Barbaro gets set. And he's going to take it himself, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. It looks like he's got it from this angle.
Well, it was hard to tell that time if that was a planned play or a botched play, as Barbaro just took the snap and went straight up the middle with it. Got enough for the 1st down. May have caught Frazier off guard that time, and well, it did.
And that play picks up 5 yards. It'll be a Trojan 1st down at their own 25-yard line.
There's no secret in game plans, Randy. California's just going to come out here and run.
Yes, Tom Webb, the coach of California, stresses ball control. And there's the first handoff to Peters, and Peters picks up about 6 yards on the play. It'll set up 2nd down for the Trojans.
Well, Josh Miller for the Frazier defense made a touchdown-saving tackle that time, and Nathan Peters, as he got by the line, And Miller comes out of nowhere and just trips Peters up as he's going through line. There's no white jerseys after that.
And so that sets up a 2nd down and 6 yards to go from the Trojan 29-yard line on their first offensive series of the game. Barbaro gets set. And hand off to Peters. And Peters tries to drive his way forward, but doesn't get much of a gain as the Frazier Commodore defense was all over Nathan on that one.
That was a great team defensive play that time, as each and every defensive lineman shed their blockers and converged at one point. One Nathan Peters with the ball and brought him down for a short gain, if any. They'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
So 3rd and 4 for California as they come in with a record of 2-1 as they lost the gut-wrenching 13-6 game to the defending conference champion Monessen last week. Number 88, Givens, is lined up as the wideout. Barbaro getting set, and it's fakes the handoff, and he's rolling out the throw. He's looking, he throws, and it is incomplete, intended for number 29, Pete Klein.
Well, good defensive play that time for the Frazier defense is number 77, Josh Miller. 72, Brian Usher. Number 47, Roy Elliott make Barbaro rush his throw a little bit there. Drop the paper. Kind of hard to work without the names, Randy.
Well, we got a lot more names we did last week. Jay Kepich back the punt for California. And number 6, Troy Robertson back deep for Frazier. And it's a kick. It takes a Trojan bounce and is still rolling. Wow, it takes a heck of a roll and is down at about the 20-yard line. As the grass here at Booster Field, very friendly for the Trojans right there.
Well, you know, in the book, in the newspaper Sunday morning, Randy, or tomorrow morning, whatever newspaper it's going to be in, it's going to look like a majestic 40-some-yard punt when all it was a 20-yard punt with a 20-some-yard roll tacked onto it. But it got the job done for the California Trojans as it pins the Frazier Commodores at about their own 20-yard line, as there is 6:36 left to go in the first quarter of action. The score is tied at 0-0.
Troy Robertson gets set at wideout. Greg Abel is behind center, and he hands it off to McGavitt. McGavitt has an opening and is brought down by Grady Barbaro after a gain of about 9 yards.
Great play that time. Great run that time for McGavitt as he just found his hole and accelerated through the line of scrimmage right here. Big opening made by his offensive line, and he is through that hole as fast can be. And a good saving tackle for Barbaro as we see a good shot of the Frazier band showing school spirit here at the high school football game of the week on CUTV.
And now the Commodores break out of the huddle in a 2nd and short situation. Number 47, Elliott, lined up as the fullback. Abel gets set, and it's a handoff to number 22, McGavitt, and it doesn't look like he got the first down from this angle. It'll be close.
Well, the reason he didn't get the first down, if indeed he didn't make it, was that number 68, Chris Howard, for the Trojan defense, was in the backfield as Abel gives him the ball, and right there he just sort of rolls under him and makes McGavitt lose his footing. His partner, number 66, Jim Incapera, wraps him up for the loss as we see a good shot of the Frazier coach there. Now a good shot of the Frazier huddle.
All right, 3rd and a little bit less than a yard now. And Abel takes it himself, and he's got the first down. Nice run there by Greg Abel.
Well, there is pretty much no surprise on that play from either side of the ball, as I'm surprised the Trojans had put more defensive linemen up on line of scrimmage to try and stop that. But that keeps the drive alive. It's just a simple quarterback sneak over the middle as he follows the center for about 1.5 yards, and he only needed 1 yard. So with my math, that is a first down.
Indeed it is, Gary, and it will be 1st down and 10 for the Frazier Commodores on their 2nd offensive possession of the game. Once again, Robertson lined up as the wideout, and Abel behind center. And Abel hands off to McGavitt. McGavitt bursts through and picks up another 8 yards on that play.
Well, it's not necessarily bad defense that time for the Trojans of California. It's just that McGavitt is hitting his hole so fast. He's through it as soon as the ball's given to him. Great explosion speed right there as we see him just zip by the line of scrimmage, and he's tackled by the linebackers of California. Good hard running early on this game displayed by George McGavitt.
And so it sets up a 2nd down and 2 situation. And Abel hands off to McGavitt. He bobbles it, but it looks like he'll be close to another Commodore first down as he crosses the 40 to about the 41. It will all depend on the spot, I feel.
It'll be very close. It looks from the spot he got, it will be indeed be first down. Let's see what the referee says. It looks like they're going to measure for it. But that's neither here nor there as we see the ball is given to McGavitt. He does bobble, and that's why he didn't hit his hole fast. And Jim Incompare was there waiting for him along with number 88, Ryan Givens, to wrap him up. And they're bringing the chains out right now to measure. So we see Greg Abel, the quarterback, getting some last-minute instructions from his head coach.
And they pull the chain, and it's going to be inches short of the first down. So 3rd and inches for the Frazier Commodores at their own 41-yard line. One thing about McGavitt is that he has racked up over 300 yards rushing in his first 3 games. 67 carries, 339 yards through the first 3 games of the season.
It is a Herculean amount, but so has Nathan Peters, so it'll be a good contest.
3rd and short, and Abel calls his own number, and looking at the spot, it looks like it'll be enough for another Frazier first down.
Well, he didn't need much, and he didn't get much, but it looks then it is indeed a first down for the Frazier Commodores. This is what both teams' game plans are. As we see a shot of the head coach for Frazier, Dennis Popp. Each team wants to keep the other team's featured back off the field. As we see, it's just a simple handoff to himself up the middle for Craig Abel. No handoff involved, just took the snap and fell. But the team that's successful in winning the time of possession game will probably win this game this evening.
All right, and this first quarter is flown. We're down to 3:33 already, and it's first down and a pitch out to McGavitt. And McGavitt has an opening and is still going and is brought down at about the 46-yard line by a plethora of California Trojans, including number 29, Pete Klein, and number 11, Brady Barbaro.
Well, George McGavitt at times showed good durability as he went through that. He took the toss from Abel and just shed blockers. We see the toss here from Abel. And watch as he breaks a couple tackles right here. He makes a shake and bake, stiff arm, shoves 1, 2, 3 arm tackles until he's finally brought down by number 11, Brady Barbaro, in the secondary.
Well, according to my stat sheet, McGavitt has already racked up 47 yards in this first quarter for the Commodores, as it is 2nd down and 6 yards to go. And Abel hands off to number 47, Elliott, and Elliott is stopped at the line, as it does look like he did pick up 1 yard.
Well, the door is open for McGavitt that time until it was rudely slammed shut by number 81, Kevin Mock, for the California defense. As we see it's a little sprint draw to McGavitt, and right here we'll see, boom.
It's Elliott right there, but
Mock grabbing him and throwing him to the ground. That's number 44, excuse me. Justin Zackel got the handoff.
47, that was actually Roy Elliott, as Elliott kind of surprised you with as much as we've been calling McGavitt, it's a force of habit. So 3rd down and 4 yards to go, and pitch out. This time it is to McGavitt. McGavitt has an opening down the sideline, and he'll be very close to another Commodore first down.
Well, the Frazier Commodores tried a little speed around the end that time with McGavitt, and the Trojan defense was up to the task because they strung it out. So we see the pitch was a little bit behind McGavitt, so he had to hold up for that. And we see number 51 come into the picture for the defense. It's Greg Kent knocking him out of bounds. But it will indeed be a first down for Frazier as they keep the sticks and the clock moving here in the first quarter. We're down to 1 minute and 59 seconds.
As the first quarter has flown, this is the 9th play of this drive that started at the Commodores' own 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the Trojan 47. Ray Gable gets set, and it's a handoff to McGavitt, and this time a whole swarm of California Trojans stop McGavitt behind the line for a loss of 2.
Well, the old famous team photograph tackle that time is everybody in their best friend was coming for the California defense. They all ganged the line of scrimmage. All 10 of the 11 defensive players are right there, and they just overwhelmed the right side of the Frazier offense for a loss of about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 to go.
Very nice play indeed by the California front four.
And there on your TV screen is one of the faithful Frazier fans with the horn.
All right, 2nd down, 12 yards to go as Abel gets set and fakes the pitch out and hands off to Elliott, and he's met instantly. Another loss of 2 yards on the play.
Well, talk about power that time for the California defense. It looked like number 79, Mike DePiazza, just shed the center and smacked the running back for Frazier for a loss of about 2 more. To be 3rd and long. Randy, we have not yet seen a pass play in this ball game. Well, we saw one.
Yes, by Brady Barbaro of California, but Greg Abel has yet to throw the ball in the air. However, when he does throw the ball, he's fairly accurate. He's 22 of 28 in the first 3 games of the season. 3rd down and 14 yards to go, and Abel drops back, he throws, he's got a man open, complete to number 85, Brian Salisbury, and it looks like he's got enough for a Commodore first down.
Good concentration shown by Brian Salisbury that time from the pass from Greg Abel, as he just shed his blocker and went out for a little pass in the flat. So we see right here the ball's thrown a little bit behind him, and he just dragged tacklers down inside of, what yard line is that? Well, it's inside whatever yard line it is.
That is the 34-yard line of California, as Frazier is slowly but surely moving their way closer to the end zone. Pitch out to McGavitt on first down, and he is dragged down by number 63, Dave Dillon of the California Trojans.
Well, Dillon said, hey, McGavitt, it's time to slow down, as he just outran him to the corner and dragged him down like a sack of potatoes. And that'll bring the end of the first quarter with your score, the California Trojans 0 and the Frazier Commodores 0.
Joan was here. Unfortunately, her bus was way over here. And besides, her heart was here. Tim was here, but longed to be here. Or maybe here. And Tony, he had bills up to here. So they all went here, where our consumer loan specialist got them here, and there. Which is exactly why we're here. National City, we're going the distance for you.
And welcome back to the CUTV High School Football Game of the Week. We're about set to start the second quarter of action here at Booster Field. And for most of the first quarter, the Commodores have controlled the ball as they, on this current drive, they've controlled the ball about 6 minutes. This will be the 13th play of the drive as they have racked up 4 first downs. It's 2nd down and 14 yards to go. As Abel gets set, and it's a pitch out to McGavitt, and McGavitt gets through the hole and gets out to about the 30-yard line.
Oh, McGavitt that time became the Frazier ghost as he made 3 Trojan players, defensive players, miss in the backfield. Kind of like the Bermuda Triangle running backs that time, as McGavitt was there 1 second, then poof, he was gone the next. 2nd down.
Very nice run right there by McGavitt, and it will be 3rd down and 8 yards to go from the Trojan 31-yard line. And now the Commodores get set with 2 wideouts, Robertson and Salisbury, and now McGavitt goes in motion. And Abel drops back, he's gonna throw, he's got a man, it's overthrown over the head of McGavitt, incomplete, 4th down.
Well, that was a well-designed play that time for Frazier, but the execution wasn't there as McGavitt was just a little bit too short from the pass thrown from Abel. So we see Abel just a little drop, a little wide receiver screen made famous by the Miami Hurricanes, but McGavitt was just a bit too short, and I can sympathize with the man.
And now it sets up the Commodores with a 4th down situation in the ever-famous no man's land. Too short for a punt and too long for a field goal. So it appears that the Commodores are going to go for it as they break out of the huddle, and Abel gets set behind center. Elliott and McGavitt in the backfield for the Commodores. And it's a handoff to McGavitt, nowhere. California all over that, and they will take over on downs.
Well, McGavitt was submarine in the backfield that time. It looked like number 88, Ryan Givens, as Coach Pop is not happy at all with that turn of events. That'll turn the ball over on downs to the California Trojans.
And the Trojans will take over at their own 33-yard line, as it's now first down and 10 for the Trojans as they break out of the huddle. And now Brady Barbaro gets set. 3 in the backfield for California. And it's a handoff to that man, Nathan Peters. And Peters doesn't get much on that one, as he looks like he might have picked up a yard.
Well, California that time tried to give their running backs a little bit more room as they brought three back set in the backfield with 2 blocking backs, but the Frazier defense just too tough that time and stopped Nathan Peters. They've done a good job containing the running attack of California thus far in the game.
As a matter of fact, Peters, 3 carries, 7 yards, well below his average 9 yards a carry coming into this game. Second down and 9 yards to go for California. Barbaro gets set, and Capera in motion, and it's a pitch out to Peters. Peters has an opening and is hit, but he still goes, and he gets enough for a Trojan first down at about the 47-yard line of California.
Well, Peters shows why he's very much talked about running back in WPIAL. He takes the first hit and keeps on going. Actually, he took 2 hits in the backfield, so we see him go around the end. He sheds one tackler there, but there was a flag on the play, and it'll come back. It was off the line.
Okay, well, back, right? Oh, yeah. Take it back 10, right there. Holding, offense, second down.
And that is the first penalty of the game, and a rather costly one there for the Trojans as they pushes them back after it looked like Peters had enough for a big gain and a first down.
Well, that was by far California's biggest offensive play of the night, only to be called back. We'll have to see how the California team rebounds from that setback. It'll bring up second down and long.
24 yards to be exact, and it's a handoff to Peters, and Peters bowls his way forward, but are only a minimal gain as the Commodores come through on the defense.
Well, Peters did his best to try and get through that line, but the Frazier defensive player who finally corralled Peters said, no way, I got you around the waist. You're not going anywhere. You're coming with me to the turf. Bring up third down and, about a long, long, long way away. Numbers aren't important when it's this far away, Randy.
As Peters picked up about 6 yards on the play, it'll be third down and 15 yards to go from the 30-yard line of California. As they break out of the huddle, Klein and Peters in the backfield. Barbaro behind center, and Barbaro rolls out. It looks like he's going to throw. He's looking. Under heavy pressure by the Commodores. He escapes 2 tacklers, throws, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 83, Jay Kepich, incomplete.
Well, Barbaro made a lot of good happen on that play. He was almost submarine and sacked on 2 separate occasions in the backfield. So we see him duck number 77, Josh Miller. He gets up and he rights himself and just fires the ball, but it was a little too strong for his intended receiver. On the play, it'll bring up fourth down and probably a definite punting situation. And they are indeed lined up to punt.
As the Commodores force the Trojans to go 3 and out, Kepich to punt for California. Troy Robertson back deep for the Commodores. Good snap and plenty of time to punt as Kepich gets off a high kick and it goes out of bounds at the Frazier 49-yard line, where the Commodores will take over first and 10 with 6:59, make that 8:59 to go in the first half.
That was a pretty weak punt that time for California. It went off the side of the punter's foot, only tallied about 15, 16 yards. Sets Frazier up in excellent field positions. They've been controlling the tempo all evening in this ball game.
And first and 10 for the Commodores as Elliott and McGavitt once again in the backfield. Abel fakes the handoff to Elliott, throws and completes the pass. It looks like number 85, Brian Salisbury. It is, and it will be close to a Commodore first down.
Well, that's the same play they ran early in the game for a big gain. Just a simple Salisbury sheds his blocker and goes into the flat where there was no defense player as the California Trojans had all the men up to block the running. Just simply threw it over the line. Salisbury made a nice catch. It was thrown a little bit behind him, but he adjusted to the ball. It'll be close enough to measure for a first down. You know, Randy, I was just thinking to myself, We said Frazier had excellent field position right at the 50. Although if we were playing arena football, they'd be at their own goal line.
Very
There's a good shot
point.
at the head coach of California, Tom Webb, prowling the sideline in his trademark shirt and tie.
Third season at California, and he's trying to get the Trojans in the playoffs. As earlier tonight, they saluted the 1986 team that went to Three River Stadium.
Yes, it was an exciting moment to see all the former Trojan players and cheerleaders and managers honored for that crowning achievement back in 1986. The current team would like to have a similar honor in the year 2006, as I hope to, well, be employed by that time and not here. But if I had to be, I would.
Okay, Gary, we'll have it your way. Second down and inches for the Commodores, and Abel back to throw. He throws, and it's tipped, and it is incomplete. As it looked like number 81, Kevin Mock, had the interception, but it looked like he got knocked out by his own player.
Well, Kevin Mock started to run that time before he had the ball and just dropped it, as that was an easy interception. See right here, it plays a little ping pong right into the hands of Mock. And it was definitely, he tried to run with the ball. As there was, if he could have got that, he would have had a good shot at going all the way, as there was only one Frazier player to beat, and that would have been the quarterback, Greg Abel.
It appeared that number 29, Pete Klein, was the one that knocked the ball out of Mock's hands. As it's third down and whistles blow, as it looked like they tried to go for a QB sneak. I think somebody may have jumped.
Well, I don't know if they might have jumped, but it didn't look like everybody was set, as we're going to hear the official explanation from the referee right now. It was an illegal procedure against the Frazier Commodores to bring up third down and 5 from the California 45-yard line with 8:37 left in the first half. The game is still scoreless between the Frazier Commodores and the California Trojans.
And that play might hurt Frazier in the long run, as they have lost 5 yards when all they really needed was a few inches to get the first down. Well, we'll have to see what happens as Frazier breaks out of the huddle. Robertson set as the wideout, and Abel behind center, and Abel fakes the handoff to Elliott. He's rolling out, he throws, and it's broken up. Nice play right there by Klein and Barbaro as the ball goes in and out of Robertson's hands, and it'll set up a fourth down.
Well, Klein and Barbaro are going to get a couple high fives when they go back to the California bench, as they did the textbook breakup of the pass. Excellent protection that time for Abel as he throws it out there, and just Klein and Abel are right there to knock it out of the hands of the intended receiver. Number 6, Troy Robertson.
And so it's 3 and out for the Commodores as Abel is getting back to punt. High snap and heavy pressure, but Abel does get the ball off. Fair catch is called for, and the ball will roll and roll and roll. Can Frazier get it? It looks like they got it pinned inside the 5-yard line, and a very nice play right there by the Frazier special teams.
Well, Randy, that was an awkward play, but for the second time, Abel gets a good punt and good roll off a punt, as he showed excellent athletic ability to corral that high snap from his center, Dan Turris, and has enough presence of mind to turn around and punt the ball when he said when he saw there was no pressure from the California special teams, and that pins California back deep. So we see it just roll and roll and roll, and a good play that time by number 25, Glenn Struthers, to finally fall on that ball at the 1-yard line.
And there are the Frazier cheerleaders, and they certainly had a lot to cheer about on that play. First down and 10 from their own 1-yard line. Brady Barbaro is getting set behind center and hands off to the up man Klein, and it doesn't look like he picked up many yards.
California doesn't want to mess around at all in this end of the territory. They just want to get the inside handoff and get some more operating room down deep. As we saw last week, a safety. As we see the handoff there to number 29, Klein just go up through the middle and stop by the interior line of the Frazier Commodores, set up second down and 9 yards to go.
Yes, right now the Trojans are deep within the shadows of their own goalposts here with 7:52 remaining in the first half. Second down and 9 for the Trojans. Barbaro gets set, and it's a handoff to Peters. Peters tries to bowl his way forward, and it looks like he picked up about 3 yards on the play, but it will still be a 3rd and long situation for California.
The Frazier defense doesn't seem to be intimidated by the massive offensive numbers put up by Nathan Peters so far in the season, as they are standing firm to every running back that is thrown against them. As we see right here, it's just a handoff to Peters, and they fight off the blocks and just submarine him, tackle him, fall on him, and pull him down in that order to bring up 3rd down and long for the California Trojans.
Oh, it is a matter of revenge, as Peters racked up his first of his 6 consecutive 200-plus yard games against Frazier last season. And there goes Peters again, and it looks like he's been stopped short of the first down by Frazier.
It was a simple sprint draw to the right, and he couldn't outrun the Frazier defense. We'll bring up 4th down deep in their own territory. It looks like they're going to not mess around with going with it. They're going to punt it away. So we see he has a hole right there, but a good play that time by the Frazier defense player. Couldn't get his number, but he should be commended.
And for the 3rd time tonight, Kepich is back deep for California to punt, and better be careful with a snap. We saw a safety last week because of a bad snap. Snap here is good, and Kepich gets off a nice kick, although he's angling it toward the sideline, and Frazier once again will have great field position. It looks like they have it inside the Trojan 30-yard line.
Well, we spotted right near the 30-yard line, and you're right, that is indeed very good field position. That's the area of the field where their last drive stalled, well, the drive before their last drive, deep in the territory, as they have set up the Frazier Commodore shop. It's open for business at the 30-yard line. They're giving away free souvenirs, and I don't know why Coach Dennis Pop's looking a little bit glum. His team's in excellent position. They've controlled the early portion of this ball game, even though it is scoreless at 0-0.
That might explain why Pop is glum. He has seen the Commodores drive this far before and just come up with no points. It could kind of disappoint your coach. 1st and 10 for the Commodores as Robertson in motion, and it's a handoff to McGavitt. McGavitt tries to turn to the outside, and he gets tripped up. A nice play right there by Pete Klein as McGavitt gets back to the line.
Well, McGavitt made a pretty play and only gave Pete Klein his shoelaces that time to tackle him, but that was all it took to bring him down, as it looked like right here as we see Klein, one man to beat, just nips him, and McGavitt's feet just go out from under him, or else he would have had clear sailing to the California goal line, but instead he'll bring up 2nd down and 10 to go.
5:50 remaining here in the first half. Elliott and McGavitt lined up in the backfield for Frazier. As Abel gets set and fakes the handoff to Elliott, and he looked from behind his sack, and the ball is loose. And it is California football, number 63, Dave Dillon with the recovery. Nice blindside hit by the California defense as just before Abel's arm was going forward.
As we see on the replay right here, the hit made, I didn't get the number that time, but number 63, Dave Dillon, was the man who recovered, and he learned from Gibbons' mistake. He didn't try to run with it. He just fell on the ball, gave his team possession. That is a big boost for the California team, as they were pinned back in their own territory, got a weak punt off, and then got the ball back. It'll be interesting what they can generate before halftime in the way of offense.
All right, that sets up a 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 38-yard line. And Barbaro hands off to Peters, and Peters is met at the line, and no gain on the play.
Well, he was met hard on the line that time by number 85, Brian Salisbury, as he just zapped Peters as he got to the line of scrimmage after a short gain. Frazier's defense looks like is putting 8 men near the line of scrimmage, as is California's, to counteract that, each team's powerful running attacks. It's just, we're pretty much playing to a stalemate right here. Neither team can break through.
Absolutely, as Peters' longest gain of the half has been 6 yards, and he had come into the game averaging 9 yards a carry. 2nd down and 10 for the California Trojans. And Barbaro pitches out to Peters this time, and Peters gets an opening. He's trying to roll down the sideline. He's got an opening and is brought down at midfield, as it looks like it'll be enough for a Trojan 1st down.
Well, it'll definitely be enough for a 1st down, as we see Peters making a couple men miss in the backfield, and he accelerated. I mean, he really accelerated out of the grasp of his attempted tackle, as we see right here. He's almost brought down in the backfield by Abel. No, that's number 6, Robertson. He just speeds past the grip and makes the 1st down. He also outran number 51, Will Hoff.
Also want to give credit to Pete Klein for a nice block right there on Robertson, as it looked like he may have got him. 1st down and 10 at midfield for California, and it's a handoff to Peters, and Peters moves forward for about a gain of 1.
Another excellent play that time by the Frazier defense as a unit. Isn't really one person shining for Frazier. It's just that their defensive line is playing textbook solid football and is closing up any holes as they form. As we see right here, it looks like he has a hole for a second, but the defense just swarms in like a vat of Play-Doh and fills in that hole. Good defenses play like Play-Doh, Randy. They just seep in everywhere and get stuck up in what's moving. You can write a book on that, Randy.
It's a very interesting analogy there, Gary. And now the Trojans break out of the huddle. Second down, 9 yards to go as they are in Frazier territory for the first time tonight. And Barbaro rolls out. It looks like he's going to throw. Wait a minute, he's going to run it. And Barbaro runs forward, and he picks up about 7 yards and a late flag. It looks like they might tack on 15 for a late hit.
That's what it looked like. But so we'll see what. Oh, it's a clip against California.
And once again, the Trojans are moving backward instead of forward.
Well, it was a well-designed play for California. It looked like Barbaro, was going to was going to roll out and throw, and he brought it up and froze the defensive backs and gave him a clear sailing to the sideline. But I didn't get to see the chance where the clip occurred. But apparently the referee saw it, and that's good enough for me.
And that moves the ball deep back into California territory as that goes back to their own 43-yard line, where it'll be first down and, well, actually second down and I'd say 17 yards to go for the Trojans. As the clock is running, we're down to 3:17 to go in the first half. Brady Barbaro gets set and hands off to Peters. Peters gets up to about the 46-yard line, but that's it. Another nice stop by the Commodore defense.
Well, nothing doing that time, as it looks like the California offense is trying to soften up the left side of the Frazier defense. They continually run to that side, but the Frazier defense is saying, no way, I don't think so. Kennywood's closed, baby. The gates have shut. Bring up third down and about 15 to go.
All right, and the Trojans break out of the huddle. They have the ball at their own 46-yard line. Ryan Givens, the wideout for California, as Barbaro set behind center. Fakes the handoff to Peters. He's looking to throw. He's scrambling now. He's trying to get open, and he gets nailed right about at the line. Maybe a gain of 1. A very nice play right there by number 85, Brian Salisbury of Frazier.
Well, they tried, that was a variation of the same play they ran earlier, in which there was a clipping called. As he tried to hold up the Frazier defensive backs and get to the corner, but the defensive line ranged out to make the tackles. We see number 77 for Frazier, Tom Decas, arranging and hauling down with the help of number 85, Brian Salisbury. Bring up fourth down in a punting situation for California.
And for the fourth time tonight, Kepich is back deep to punt. Gets a good snap, takes maybe a little too long, but gets the punt off. Robertson takes it, he bobbles it, and is met immediately. But it does look like he did hold on to the ball, and it will be a... Oh, wait a minute, it appears, let's see. The Trojans are cheering, but I have not seen the signal. And it is a first down for California. I can't believe it. It looked like Robertson was down on his knee, and...
Well, a very controversial call that time by the referees, as it looked like Robertson had picked the ball. He dropped the ball initially, he picked it up, and it looked when he went to pick the ball up, the knee was on the turf, thus supposedly ending the play, but the ball changed hands underneath the scrum and giving the California team the ball possession back just outside the 30-yard line for first and 10.
And so from the 32-yard line, it's first and 10 California, and it's a handoff up the middle to Klein, and nice grab of the jersey right there by Frazier, as it looked like that was the only thing preventing Klein from breaking it for a long gain for California.
Well, Klein's had a pretty good ball game on both sides of the ball so far, getting the handoff and showing his worth on the other side of the ball. Gets a good positive gain up for about 5 yards, bring up second down at 5, just outside the 25-yard line of Frazier.
Klein has 13 yards on 3 carries tonight so far for California. Second down and 5. Barbaro gets set, and it's a handoff to Peters. Peters tries to turn to the outside. Hot pursuit by Elliott, and he's still going, and it looked like he was out of bounds, and it appears that number 8, Matt Abel, actually Greg Abel, was able to knock Peters out of bounds, but it will be enough for a Trojan first down.
Well, Nathan Peters that time showed no quit, as he was dead to rights in the California backfield, and he ultimately broke out. I thought the referee was going to say something there. He had his arm out for no apparent reason. I guess he was signaling aircraft. We see Peters almost dragged down by 47 and just tiptoes down the sideline. Will bring up third down. No, that'll be first down Oh, who knows what down it is. It's
It is first down, as Peters did pick up enough for the Trojan first down, and the Trojans have the ball inside the Commodore 20-yard line. Barbaro gets set. It's a handoff to Peters, and Peters bowls his way through for about a gain of 2. Second down and 8 for Frazier as we are in the final minute of the first half, and a timeout called by California, as this first half has really gone by very quick, Gary.
Well, it has flown by so far, as both teams have stuck to their ground-oriented offensive schemes. We've seen for Frazier's, we see another replay of this game. It's just Peters going up the middle and dragged down nicely by Hoff from behind. Just rodeo and daze him down into the turf. As both teams are running the ball severely, as we've only seen, I think, 4 passes in this game. 3 for Frazier and 1 for California, as we see a couple good fans for one of those teams enjoying. There's a huge crowd this evening. They're ringed around the stadium, standing up. The bleachers are filled. It's booster filled. It's alumni celebration 86 night. I don't know what to call it. It's just a heck of a good football game.
Yes, big crowd on both sides of the field, as we're in a box right above the Frazier side of the field, and they have been screaming their support, and we love CUTV.
Yes,
a very
we
nice
do.
banner right there by the Frazier Commodore fans.
Yeah, the Frazier Commodore cheerleaders and or band people made a good effort to put that sign up. They got on TV. Congratulations. And happy birthday.
Well,
it's not happy birthday, but it's, somebody's birthday out there somewhere, making somebody feel happy.
It'll be mine in 10 days.
Well, happy birthday, Randy.
Okay, it will be first.
You'll be, what, 72, 73?
No, if I was that, I'd be Bob Dole and I'd be running for president.
Ooh.
So
it
it
here
is
at the high school football game of the week. Political commentary, Randy's birthday, and football.
Second down and 9 yards to go for California, as we're under a minute to go here in the second half. As Barbaro in motion, and pitch out to Peters. Peters is going to throw. He throws up. It's a nice spiral. It's underthrown, and it is intercepted by Greg Abel, and it will be a first down for Frazier. Now the only question is, where are they going to spot the ball?
Well, it is indeed going to be a touchback and bringing the ball out to the 20-yard line of Frazier. As, what is the referee doing? He's marking a first down. As it was just a little bit of thievery that time, as Peters took a huge shot and threw up a little lame duck. As we see the California receiver fall down there, and a nice interception that time for Frazier, as they dodged a huge bullet with their name on it. You never want to see bullets with your name on it flying at you. You want to dodge. Frazier dodged. They got the ball back inside of a minute to go in the first half, 0-0.
And so Frazier takes over first down, and a handoff to McGavitt. McGavitt breaks into the secondary. About a 15-yard gain on that one. First down, Frazier.
Well, McGavitt playing swivel hips that time, as he just accelerated and made people miss going through the line of scrimmage. See, it's just an inside handoff. 1-2, people miss. Finally brought down by number 81, who is in the lead. That is Kevin Mock for California, as there's a stoppage of play with 50 seconds left to go. I think there's a question about the scoreboard or clock, as the referees are pointing at it.
It does appear that it is the with the clock, is the clock shows 42 seconds left, and right now it seems that the officials are going to let somebody up in the press box know that that time isn't right.
Everybody in that press box is saying, who, me? Not me. Just so they don't look over here, because we have no control of the clock. And the referee is signaling he's number 1, and first down, let's go.
Okay, first and 10 from the 33-yard line for the Commodores. Abel gets set, McGavitt the lone setback, and Abel is dropping back to throw. He's going deep, he's got a man open, and it is tipped and incomplete. Intended for number 7.
Number 2,
Number
Tyrone
2.
Mitchell.
Mitchell on that play.
Well, Mitchell almost received a gift with a big old bow and his name on it as it bounced up, and he almost caught the ball on the bounce, heading the right way towards the end zone. But as it is, it'll bring up second down and 10 with 25 seconds left in the first half.
Abel, 2 of 6 on the night so far, completing for 24 yards overall. All right, it's now second down and 10. And Abel is set behind center. I think he's going to throw again. He looks like he's going to throw. He's looking. He's got a man, and it is complete to Salisbury. And tackle at about midfield. It'll be enough for another Commodore first down. And it looks like I saw Abel just go right to the ref and call timeout.
This first down. Abel is very impressive with his arm. It looks like Salisbury got a little bit banged up on that play as we see him just rifle the pass. A good crossing pattern, a good catch by Salisbury. He's going to take a huge and wicked hit right here from, I can't get the number, but it just stops him dead in his tracks. But he does good to hang on, and it'll be at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 with 17 seconds left. And Frazier has 2 more timeouts left to go in the first half if they so desire to call them.
And Abel and Salisbury have connected for 3 catches and an overall yardage total of 41 yards now with that 17-yard reception right there.
This is a very accurate passes. We see Coach Webb on the sideline for California. He cannot be pleased what's transpired as of late in this ballgame. His defense giving up a couple big plays, one running, one passing to get the ball, to put this first half in jeopardy. He wants to go in the halftime either having the ball with possession or stopping Frazier. He doesn't want to give up a score here.
Well, there are 17 seconds remaining in the first half as the Commodores have the ball, 1st and 10 at about midfield. As once again, 2 wideouts for the Commodores, and McGavitt in the backfield. Abel is getting back to throw. He's going deep. He's got a man. It's number 6, and Robertson has it. Completion. He just goes right by it. It looks like it's going to be a touchdown for Frazier. A beautiful play. Break Abel to number 6. Troy Robertson, touchdown Commodores. A flag was on the play. It was on California. Declined. Touchdown Frazier.
Well, there was a flag thrown, but looked like the referee picked it up as that was a beautiful pass pattern for the Frazier Commodores. Abel to number 6, Troy Robertson, as they connected on the money. See right here, it's just a bomb. Robertson does a good job adjusting to the pass and makes the defender miss. That's Klein being sidestepped and just goes in the end zone. He outraces the defense. Touchdown Frazier as they attempt an extra point with 6 seconds left in the first half.
A nice play right there by Troy Robertson, although it looked like California's defense was playing a very loose zone as the Commodores are sending Zach Myers out to try the extra point, and it's blocked. No good as the Trojan D comes through, as with 6 seconds remaining in the first half, the Commodores strike first, leading 6-0.
Well, the Coach Pop for Frazier says, hey, I'm going to raise the allowance. So that'll give his team a big boost going into halftime here. As they'll probably just squib the ball along the ground to run the clock out, as that has just given such a boost to the Frazier team as we see them right now on the field getting words of encouragement and praise from Pop, saying good job.
And the exuberant fans on the Frazier side of the field are definitely cheering their hearts out now as they have shouted words of encouragement to their Commodores, as they made a nice play, a 50-yard touchdown reception from Greg Abel to Troy Robertson.
Well, that pretty much validates Frazier's feeling, as they pretty much felt that they had been in control, and they had been this whole first half. But if they would have went to the halftime tie, it would have felt a little bit empty, because they have controlled the clock, the possession, the first downs, everything. California's going to have to make some major adjustments in the second half to compete.
And Nathan Peters is back deep for California, so Frazier better not kick it deep, or else Peters might have a chance.
I don't expect anything more than just a squib or a short pooch kick.
And number 76, R.J. Drucy, is going to kick off, and the other 10 have just gotten up from their knees, and it looks like it will be a squib kick as Drucy gets it, and it's a sharp ground ball touched by the Trojans, and it's down at their own 40-yard line. There is still, the clock stopped with a second to play, so it appears that the Trojans will have one final play in the first half.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they go for it or just take a knee, as they are very, very far away. Timeout, California.
And the Trojans take their second timeout, discussing strategy. If it's worked for Cordell Stewart twice, why can't it work for the Trojans here?
Well, you have an interesting point there, Randy, and I really don't have an answer for that. But there's no way the quarterback can get the ball in the end zone from here. They'll just have to throw it as far as they can, hoping the receiver can catch it, and run around some people in white jerseys and into the end zone, hopefully without running out of bounds before it gets to the end zone. That's football strategy, Randy. And there is the moon, Randy. It revolves around us, and it's giving the Frazier team good luck because it's a half moon and not a full moon, as we see the brand new lights here at Booster Field. It's just very beautiful. Great setting for football.
Didn't we show the moon last year when we saw a Frazier game? First down for California, final play of the half, and it's a pitch out to Peters. They're going to let Nathan run it, and Nathan is going to about the 48-yard line, pickup of 8 yards, far short of the goal line, and that is the end of the first half as the California Trojans trail the Frazier Commodores 6-0.
Well, Randy, that wasn't at all a bad play for the California Trojans as they give the ball to Peters, and he makes his best run of the night thus far. So he'll go in the locker room feeling, hey, these guys, he's starting to feel more confident about his offensive line and running against this Frazier team as they had played an excellent first 24 minutes of action here in California.
And there go the Frazier Commodores back to the locker room as they're feeling happy with a 6-0 lead. And now we take it down to our field reporter, B.J. Forsyth.
Coach Webb, seesaw battle of the first half. You had a couple good breaks, so did Frazier. They've been pretty effective stopping number 40, Nathan Peters. What are you going to do in the second half?
Well, we're going to make some adjustments blocking. We're not blocking the right people as far as our tight end and tackle is concerned. But I feel our offensive coordinator will make those adjustments at halftime, and we'll come out a different ball club.
What Frazier strengths do you see?
I think they're playing hard-nosed football is exactly what I expected. They have tough kids over there, and they're doing everything that was in our game plan.
Good luck in the second half. Randy?
Jay, and that brings us to halftime. Our score, Frazier 6, California nothing.
Hi, glad you want to find out more about California University of Pennsylvania. We don't have sandy beaches in the Pacific Ocean, but we do have a beautiful campus on the banks of the Monongahela River, just 32 miles south of Pittsburgh. We have more than 120-degree programs. California has been making a difference in people's lives for more than 140 years. It can make a difference in your life, too. The best way to get to know California is to hear what some students have to say about their experiences here.
Journalism major, and I like the small classroom setting.
You have a better interaction with your professors, and I feel like I get a better education.
They're not overwhelmed with 40 and 50 students.
It's like one-on-one, and it's a lot better.
It's nice here because you can walk down the street and talk to everybody. I mean, everybody knows you. You'll say hi to people left and right walking down the street or even walking through the buildings in your class.
I would have to say the three main things that have enlightened me the most is being a reporter / announcer for CUTV, which has helped me build career aspected goals.
Whenever I have a hard time with any of my classes, I can talk to my professor, and most of the time all of my professors make time. They arrange their schedules according to mine and work with me.
They help me all the time, and I think the faculty is great.
I live 6 hours from here on the other side of the state. I practically live in New Jersey, but the reasons why I came here, money was a big issue. I had to come to a state school, and when I graduated high school, I wanted to be totally independent. I mean, because I'm an education major, and this school is known for their education program, is a big factor, and just, I don't know, I liked it when I came out to visit it. I guess that's why I came here.
California has given me an opportunity to take advantage of not just what they have in the classroom, but what they have outside of the classroom. I was able to go down to career services and talk to them. I was pushing really hard to get an internship because nowadays employers don't want, it used to be you had to have a high school diploma, and then it was you had to have an associate's degree. And then as long as you had that piece of paper, well, that's not working anymore. So I went down there hoping, to get something, and just when I gave up and was ready to cut grass for the rest of the summer, Maryland at Career Services, it got a hold of me, and I got hooked up with a co-op. Hopefully soon I'll be looking towards a permanent job.
I have a Stafford loan, and depending on the year and my income, I also get a federal grant.
I also have a Stafford loan, and that's the extent of my financial aid. And I also have a work-study job, which I was glad to know that I could do that because it's only 8 hours a week, but it still helps. It's spending money. And I was glad to know that they had something like that, so I didn't have to work like 30, 40 hours a week and still go to school full-time.
I also have a Stafford loan, but I also have a state grant. And I didn't know how to get these grants when I first came to the university, but I went to the financial aid office and they helped me out a lot.
Everything goes so fast anymore.
Yeah, they say that. What they say, like think, oh God, that's 4 years, that's forever.
Yeah, it's
that
not.
4 years
It's
goes by
not.
like.
It's not forever. It's just like you're out of college, okay, after the workforce. I mean.
But the good thing about it is, this is like the in-between stage from whenever you're nurtured by your parents and then just being thrown out into the world. You're not just exposed out there. This is like preparing you, giving you like the proper tools and everything.
This place made a difference in my life.
For more information about how California University can make a difference in your life, contact the admissions office at 412-938-4404.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Tom Krakowski's Winning Edge. This week we're going to take a look at the wide receiver position, and now it's time to get to work, so I'm going to bring in my assistant, Vince Goy. Vince, come on in here. Say hi to everybody. Okay, that's enough, Vince. Well, Vince, as a wide receiver, the most important thing is you're going to have to catch the ball. But also you're going to have to block. So right now we're going to work on our blocking technique as a wide receiver, and you're going to be a cornerback, okay? Now, as a wide receiver, now, it depends if he's playing man-to-man. Man-to-man is the easiest way to block. You're going to have a chance to block somebody, okay? Because he's right on you. If the play is coming to the outside, of course, you're going to step, push him to the inside. I mean, basically, as a wide receiver, you want to go head up with the guy. Because once you get head up like this, it is the running back's decision whether to take it to the outside or the inside. Stay on your back, keep your feet moving, pushing them back. Now, when it's zone defense, and Vince is playing off a little bit, you're going to look down field here to trying to pick up somebody. It might be a linebacker, an outside linebacker you might pick up, or maybe the cornerback. It depends on what kind of zone defense they're running. Okay? Now, Vince is I'm going to go out for a pass, and a lot of defensive players like to play the man-to-man now. And that's just simply like this. Vince is a wide receiver. He's coming up like this, pushing them out, not letting them go nowhere. And you can do that for 5 yards in pros, college, and high school football. You can do that all the way till the ball is thrown in the air. Now, Vince is going to try to play man-to-man with me and push me around. Well, this is one of the techniques that we showed you earlier as a defensive player, and that was defensive tackle player, and that's the swim technique. If he's going to come up like this, and try to play man, I'm going to come up here, swim over top of him. Try to use that technique. And also, as a wide receiver, you want to give a couple moves. You want to go like this and move around a little bit. Okay? Now, Vince, let's go at it. Take a look at this now, everybody. And Vince try to play man-to-man with me. Set, cut. Now, beat him right there. See it? Hook him straight to the hole. And that's one of the most important things. You got to get a good start. The guys playing man-to-man with you, you got to get a good start. And also, as a wide receiver, now, if Vince is playing a zone defense, you're going to have to make the read yourself as a wide receiver. Wide receiver is a kicking position. If you're playing a zone defense, playing 10 yards off the ball, I may decide to run a curl pattern. He's playing off of me. It all depends. As a wide receiver, you have to think, and you have to be coordinate with the quarterback. But it's just been another edition of Tom Krakowski's Winning Edge. We'll see you next week when we take a look at the defensive back. See you next week.
CUTV's award-winning television coverage of the second half of tonight's high school football game of the week on California University Television is brought to you by the Uniontown Holiday Inn, the official hotel for family fun. By Pizza Hut, we're making it great. By the Highway House of Sound, an entertainment experience. By Pittsburgh Communications, serving your two-way communication needs. By the Mid-Mon Valley Transit Authority, moving the Mid-Mon Valley from California to Pittsburgh. By C. Harper Chevrolet Geo Buick, the price fighter. And by Clem's Trailer Sales, Riverside Chrysler Dodge. Voted by ESPN as the #1 college television station in the nation for sports, and a recipient of the 1996 Telly Award, CUTV sports coverage will return with the second half of tonight's high school football game of the week right after this.
Are you tired of the daily traffic congestion? Constantly not being able to find a parking space when you need it most? And always having to rush because you arrive late to work or school and don't want to miss that first class of the day? Why not let the Mon Valley Transit Authority help you? We have routes all over the Mon Valley and into downtown Pittsburgh. For schedules and information, please call the Mon Valley Transit Authority at 489-0880. We're moving in the Mid-Mon Valley.
Looking for an entertainment experience in home and car audio equipment and accessories? Visit Highway's House of Sound, an entertainment experience with the Mon Valley's largest display of home and car audio equipment. Featuring name brands such as JVC, Pioneer, Rockford Fosgate, and RCA. With low prices and professional installation available. Highways also carries Cellular One mobile phones and Viper car security systems. When you need stereo systems, speakers, equalizers, and more, visit Highway's House of Sound, Route 88, Dunleavy.
You've got to see Harper Chevrolet.
Now that I'm retired, I'm really enjoying the fun things in life. And nothing makes driving to your favorite fishing hole more fun than a Chevy truck or sport utility vehicle from C. Harper Chevrolet. You just can't beat C. Harper's deals. They don't call Casey Harper the price fighter for nothing. C. Harper Chevrolet, Geo, and Buick, located on Route 51, Bell Vernon, minutes from Route 70 and the Turnpike.
Pittsburgh Communications is your authorized Motorola two-way radio dealer. When you hear Motorola, you think dependability, durability, originality, and affordability. Pittsburgh Communications has supplied most EMS, fire, and police agencies in the Pittsburgh area, as well as small business and large airline communications. Pittsburgh Communications, taking care of your two-way communication needs. For more information, call 412-366-3510.
Uniontown Holiday Inn, owned by Crown American Hotels, is the perfect place for a family getaway. The Uniontown Holiday Inn offers more than just comfortable rooms. There's great food and all kinds of family fun in the Holidome Indoor Recreation Center. And when everything quiets down, there's even something special for Mom and Dad. Remember, kids and grandkids eat, stay, and play free. The Uniontown Holiday Inn, the official hotel for family fun.
I trained my boy McNeely to go toe-to-toe with the champ, and he did for 89 seconds. He didn't back down from any combinations thrown at him, and he ain't backing down from this one.
There's a new stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Not just cheese, but pepperoni baked right into the crust.
So good you'll eat it backwards. Show him, kid.
Oh, boy. The new 1-2 combination cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza.
Hey, McNeely, how many slices am I holding?
And welcome back as we are here at Booster Field on a lovely evening. No rain in sight, not like the past 2 weeks. 6-0 here as we're ready to start the third quarter. The Frazier Commodores have the lead.
Well, I would look for in the second half of action, Frazier's probably going to just run the ball because they have the lead. California might have to open up their offense a little bit because the Frazier defense has done an excellent job of bottling up the running of Nathan Peters, whose streak of 6 straight 200-yard-plus games is in jeopardy. He only had 53 yards at the half. But they will get the ball first, right?
The Commodores had it first, so California will get the ball to start third quarter, and we'll take it down to our field reporter, BJ Forsyth.
Coach, you have to be happy with your first half performance. Even though you had some bad breaks, you've been able to hold Nathan Peters on California's side. What are you going to do the second half to keep him stopped?
We're not going to change anything. We're getting our pursuit down. We're getting after him. Our outside linebackers are coming across, containing him like we told him to do. And right now, that's working to perfection.
Your offense had a couple of fumbles. Have you talked to them about that? Anything specific?
We have, but those are in the past. We didn't get burnt by it, so we got to play the second half like we've been doing, the whole game. We just got to go after people and hit them.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Randy?
Thank you, BJ. And now R.J. Drucy is getting set to kick off for Frazier to start the third quarter. Peters back deep for the Trojans, and it's a low line drive kick, angled, and it's out of bounds. And I think that'll be a legal procedure, Gary.
Well, yes, the kick going out of bounds will be a penalty against Frazier, and the ball will be spotted. I'm not sure what the rule in high school is, but let's see what the referee says to the effect, as Drucy was very upset with himself. Appeared that he had slipped a little one. It's illegal procedure against Frazier, and the ball will be spotted at about the 40-yard line.
And now we look at the halftime stats, and right now Frazier's gaining 159 yards total offense, 91 yards through the air, and nothing for California. That really proves to be a big difference right now. As now Barbaro gets set, and first down and 10 for the Trojans. And Barbaro hands off to Peters, and Peters is turning the corner, and he's got an opening. He's still going and is finally dragged down at about the 42-yard line, as a very nice gain of 18 yards as Peters is starting the second half hot.
When Nathan Peters starts the second half as the end of the first half with a good gain, as he just simply gets to the corner before the Frazier defense does and explodes with his speed up the sideline and takes the ball into Frazier territory. California needs a score to get back in this ball game as they trail 6-0. As there's another beautiful CUTV banner. Now the game.
All right, it's now 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Barbaro is set behind center, and it's another handoff to Peters, and Peters rolls his way forward for a gain of 2. He gets down to about the 39-yard line. It'll be second down and about 8 for California.
Well, as we see again at that time, the Frazier defense is still putting 8 men at the line of scrimmage to seep up with to stop any holes in the line. Be interested to see what California does in the second half to counter that.
Well, I'd have to say that the line seems to be blocking a little bit better in the second half. Coach Webb brought that up in his interview just right at halftime, and it seems that he has given the line a good pep talk, as it's now second down, 8 yards to go, as Barbaro is set, and he hands off to Peters, and Peters runs forward to about the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 5 for the Trojans.
Well, that time California brought an extra back into the backfield to block for Peters, and it still didn't work very well, as the defense for Frazier was there at the point of attack, and there was just too many white shirts and two little maroon shirts to counter with a block.
And so that sets up a 3rd and 5 for the Trojans at the Frazier 35-yard line, as I really think they need a good drive here to get back in the ball game. Barbaro is set, and it's a handoff to Peters. He's going to try and get outside, and he does, stumbles forward. It looks like the Commodores, though, have stopped them short of the first down.
I'm surprised that the California team didn't try and throw the ball that time to get the first down. It was 3rd and long, and that'll bring up, well, the referee stopped me actually because I was out of bounds. We see it's a handoff to Peters. We have Klein blocking for him right ahead, and so is 88 Givens. But for Frazier, number 22, McGavitt was in the backfield right there. They're going to measure for the first down.
Looks like it might be a little bit short. But one thing for Frazier, McGavitt and Abel have been everywhere tonight for the Commodores, and they are pretty much the reason why it's 6-0 Frazier. And it is well short, about 2 feet. And that's about as much as the Trojans need to continue this drive.
We mentioned McGavitt and Abel for Frazier, but the whole team has come out fired up this evening. We saw that in warm-ups as they were out there. They were exuberant. They were jumping up and down. California also was, but it looked like Frazier had an edge this evening. Interesting to see what transpires in the second half as the crowd is coming alive here at a crucial fourth down play early in the second half with 9:45 left to go in the third quarter.
Fourth down play for the Trojans. The Trojans line up 3. Klein, Givens, and Peters in the backfield with Barbaro. The crowd is really getting into it now. And now it's a handoff to Peters, and Peters thrusts his way forward. He'll be very close to a first down, and the referee has given it to him. First down, California.
Well, he only needed 2 feet, and he only got 2 feet 1 inch on that as the Frazier defense stopped him, but it was just too much willpower for Nathan Peters as he busts over the right side of his line. We see Salisbury coming in there to wrap up Peters at the end there. Not before Peters had enough yards to get the first down. 1st and 10 California from the 30-yard line.
And now the Trojans break out of the huddle. Number 22, and Capera, the lone receiver. And handoff to Peters, and Peters runs right behind his own blocking and picks up about 3 yards.
Peters, that time you said it, Randy, ran right into his own man as the Frazier defense just pushed the blocker back into the backfield. Good team defense right there.
And now the Barbaro comes right back from the sideline, received the play, and now the Trojans are breaking out of the huddle. 2nd down and 8 yards to go for California as this is the opening drive of the second half, and it's a pitch out to Peters. Can Peters get outside? There's a flag on the play, and Peters does get to the outside. He's still going, and finally is pushed down at the 22-yard line, but I did see a flag. It is a chop block on California, so the Trojans will be moving backward.
Well, unfortunate that time for California, as that was a good, tough run for Peters, as he's been the workhorse this evening. See if we can see the back, yeah, right there. Didn't get the number of the truck that hit him, but he hit him hard, and he hit him twice. He backed over him. So you see Peters come right around and break a couple tackles. Good runs. We're waiting for official word from the referee on the play.
And that play draws unfavorably to the California fans, but we're right here in front of the Frazier fans, and we can hear a lot of noise as the Commodore faithful are jacking up the decibel level here at Booster Field. 2nd down and 29 yards to go, a very costly penalty. And Barbaro is dropping back to throw. He's looking and under pressure, and he gets away from one, but does not get away from the second as number 22, George McGavitt, and number 47, Roy Elliott, are in on the sack of Brady Barbaro. And Gary, I think it will be 3rd down in one of your Alaskan acres.
Yeah, Randy, that is definitely an Alaskan acre, as the ball is spotted right now at the 42-yard line of California. The original line of scrimmage was the 30-yard of Frazier, so if you want to do the math, you'd be more than welcome to, as we see Barbaro under intense pressure from the Frazier defense. Just wraps him up like a cheap piece of fish, as they do in the supermarket with some old newspaper, and brings him to the ground. He's lucky he didn't fumble the ball, as Frazier's defense is answering the call right now. The Frazier fans are responding by jumping on their feet and getting behind the defense.
3rd down and 36 yards to go, and some movement, and it looks like it'll be a little bit longer to go for the California Trojans.
Well, Randy, that's definitely it. There was a illegal procedure that time against the California Trojans. And Randy, I have a new one for you. It'll be 3rd down. One sec. Randy, it'll be 3rd down in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean.
Well, that's definitely a long, and I really do mean long, way to go.
3rd and 43.
And that's the 2nd penalty on this drive for California, as they are moving backwards. And now Barbaro is set behind center, trying to pull off something incredible here on 3rd and 40-something, and he's under heavy pressure. He gets away from 2. He throws. It's complete to number 81 for California, Kevin Mock, and Mock gets back to midfield, but it will still be far short of the first down.
Well, under normal circumstances, that would be an excellent play, but there was just too far to go, as we see Barbaro running for his life as number 72, Brian Usher, ushers him to the sideline. We see Barbaro fire down the side to Kevin Mock, and there is just no place to go as the umbrella defense for Frazier keeps him out of first down range.
And now Jay Kepich back the punt, and Robertson back deep to receive for Frazier, and not a very pretty punt, and the ball takes a Commodore bounce and bounces back to about the Frazier 35-yard line, so about a net of 15 yards on that punt.
Well, that was a key series of downs that time for both teams. We see the California team walking a little bit dejected back to their sideline because they were in excellent position to score until the two costly penalties. The first one was the illegal block, bringing the ball back 15 more yards, then the sack, and then another penalty, as they actually lost 6 yards on that play, as the original line of scrimmage was the 30-yard line, and the ball is now spotted at the 36.
And it'll be first down and 10 for the Commodores there, as they are looking to pick up more momentum. And it's a handoff to McGavitt, and McGavitt runs head-on into number 51, Greg Kent, who brings him down after a gain of about 4 yards.
Well, good hard running that time by McGavitt as he lowers his head. There's the Frazier Commodore cheerleader showing school spirit as their school is up 6-0 on the California Trojans here. As we see McGavitt just bury his head right between the 5 and the 1 of Greg Kent. Not before a gain of 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5 to go.
And now the Commodores break out of the huddle. Tyrone Mitchell and Troy Robertson are the wideouts. McGavitt the lone setback. As Abel calls out the signals, and it's a handoff to McGavitt. McGavitt has an opening and is brought down once again by number 51, Greg Kent. But McGavitt picks up about 13 yards, first down Frazier.
California thought they had McGavitt solved that time as they brought 9 men to the line of scrimmage, but McGavitt just blows by those 9 as they over pursued, and it was clear sailing into the secondary as that man Greg Kent ranges back and makes the tackle, but not before a huge gain for Frazier. They're on the roll again with 4:57 left in the third quarter. Frazier 6, California nothing.
Commodores break out of the huddle once again. Mitchell and Robertson are the wideouts for Frazier. And it's a pitch out to McGavitt. McGavitt tries to turn the corner. He does, and gets out to about the 40-yard line for a 7-yard pickup. Second down and 3 for Frazier.
Well, that was just a simple toss to the right, and McGavitt just follows his blockers for a gain of 5. Textbook football, blocking and running. There's no need for them to throw the ball. See right here, McGavitt turns the corner, and there are 3 white shirts in front of him to block out those maroon shirts.
And right now, Frazier seems to be having their way with the California defense, as this is their first drive of the third quarter, and since both teams practice ball control, that's why we are at about the 4-minute mark. Second down and 3 yards to go, and handoff to McGavitt, and McGavitt is stuffed. A very nice play right there by number 68, Chris Howard.
Well, Chris Howard that time shed his blocker and was basically lined up in the backfield for Frazier as he met the running back head on. It's a good thing that McGavitt didn't fumble the ball, so it could have taken him by surprise. It'll be third down and 5 yards to go.
Very nice play right there by the Trojan defense, and California's D really needs to stop right here to try and regain some momentum. As once again the Commodores break out of the huddle. It's just McGavitt in the backfield. Abel behind center, and Abel drops back to throw. He's looking, he's got a man, it's open and complete. A nice play right there by number 85. Ryan Salisbury, another first down for Frazier.
Well, that was just a breakdown in the secondary for California. Salisbury never should have caught that ball. Good time for Abel, as we see right here, is thrown a little bit behind Salisbury, and he's actually backing up when he catches it. There really should be a play right there to meet him. As he was finally brought down by the safety, Brady Barbera, who also is the quarterback. We see some pumped up Frazier fans right there.
And that play covers 17 yards as once again, Salisbury with his 4th catch of the night for Frazier. First down and 10 for the Commodores. Abel gets set and a handoff to McGavitt. McGavitt can't seem to find an opening as he is thrown down with authority by Kevin Mock.
McGavitt that time pranced and danced, but all he got was tranced, as there really was no place for him to go, as he was finally brought down after a loss of about 1 yard on the play. Actually 2 yards, so it'd be second down and 12 as as they're moving the ball right now with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the third quarter of action here from Booster Field in California, PA.
And now the Commodores break out of the huddle. Second down, 12 yards to go. Mitchell is the wideout, and Abel throws, and it is Mitchell. Tyrone Mitchell with the catch, and that play picks up about 11 yards. It'll be about a yard or two short of a first down.
Good hands and concentration that time shown by Mitchell, as we see Abel just gun back and fire. Good protection from the line. He steps in front of the defensive player right there. That's number 88, Ryan Givens, and he's able to make a great grab. It's Tyrone Mitchell able to make a great grab for a third down and 1 to go.
Nice play by Abel, 2 for 2 in the second half, as his total is picked up 28 more yards to add to his passing total here and Abel calls his own number and thrusts his way forward for a Commodore first down.
Well, that's definitely been the go-to short yardage plays. Abel up the middle, just follows the center, number 51, Will Hoff. So he clears out a hole, and they only needed a couple inches, and he got a couple feet. So keep the drive alive, deep in California territory.
And so right now it's 1st and 10, Commodore ball at the Trojan 14-yard line, as Frazier is looking for an insurance score here. Break out of the huddle. Robertson and Mitchell are the wideouts. And Abel back to throw. He's looking for Mitchell again, and incomplete.
And they're looking for a penalty marker right there, and I don't think they're going to get it, as they're going to rule that was incidental contact with Tyrone Mitchell. And I'm not sure if I agree with the referee's call that time, as Mitchell was basically tackled before the ball got there.
Well, here's another look, and we see right here, and I think it looked like a good play from this angle. I thought Givens was able to make a nice defensive breakup of that Abel pass.
Well, in slow motion, it looked like he was there in time, but the referee doesn't have the leisure in slow motion. Of course, he didn't call the penalty, so he must be looking at this game with super fast eyes or something like that. Second down.
Second down, and timeout is called. Not sure what the situation is. It looks like they're making a ball switch.
Yeah, it looks like the ball's being switched. There's not too much of an issue tonight with there's no rain as we've had the last 2 weeks. Very beautiful night for high school football.
2nd and 10 for the Commodores, and Abel back to throw again. He's got a man in and out of the hands of number 25, Glenn Struthers. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Commodores.
Well, Abel that time thought he had just thrown for his second touchdown pass of the night, as the defense player for California just overruns the ball, as we see right here. He tries to make it, and it looks like the visage of the California player going past his eyes disrupted him. The intended receiver is number 25, Glenn Struthers.
And there we saw a shot of the California Trojan cheerleaders showing their spirit, encouraging the Trojans to try and make a big defensive stop right here on 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Abel gets set. He's dropping back to throw. He's looking. He's got a man. It's intercepted. A nice play right there by number 81, Kevin Mock, as he makes the interception, and California gets that big defensive stop.
California, there was nothing tricky that time. They just dropped back in a simple zone, and Mock was just playing the safety man in the middle, and he just steps in front of the intended receiver, Salisbury, right there, as they had run that play several times. Good timing of that ball. And he comes up with the big play for California. That gets their team pumped back up and back to this ball game. We see Coach Webb pumping his team, giving them a little bit more words of encouragement, as they need to score right here to get themselves back in the ballgame. There's 49 seconds left. The California team is trailing Frazier 6-0 on the CUTV High School Game of the Week.
And it's a handoff to Peters, and Peters is once again stopped short by the Frazier Commodore defense. I have to give a ton of credit to the Commodores, as their defense has come to play tonight.
Well, not just the Frazier players, but their coaches as well. They would watch the film last week from last week's couple ball games, and they have really made a lot of key adjustments, bringing 8 men to the line of scrimmage, playing that 4-4 defense. We see Peters right here, and there's no place for him to run, as the defense just too quick and too big to run around or through.
And now the Trojans break out of the huddle. The clock is running. We're down to 13 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, so this will most likely be the last play of the quarter. Barbaro gets set, and he's rolling out. He looks like he wants to throw. He's under heavy pressure. He throws, and it is in and out of the hands of Kevin Mock, a nice defensive breakup right there by Salisbury, I guess to return the favor after that interception.
Well, he did return the favor that time, as that will be the last play of the third quarter. Here from Booster Field, the score, California 0, Frazier 6.
Life is wonderful, live it up. But can we get serious for just a minute? 1 minute that can change your life. Chances are, if you now hear my voice, you're living in an area where the economy and the job picture has drastically changed over the past decade. How can we help turn things around? Education and retraining at California University of Pennsylvania. We've got the answer to your questions. The person who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks never went back to school at CalU. Flexible schedules with day and evening classes close to home. A great dollar value complete with payment plan. Get yourself ready for the rest of your life today. Call CalU at 938-4404. A caring university that will care for you. Call today. CalU admissions 938-4404.
And we're back here for the fourth quarter of the high school football game of the week. Randy Page and Gary Smith here from Brewster Field in California, PA. And there are some of the Frazier faithful as they are giving support for the Commodores. Second down and 10 for the Trojans. Brady Barbaro gets set, and it looks like he's going to run the option, and he gets tripped up, but he stays on his feet and picks up about 4 yards on the play.
Good footwork that time by Brady Barbaro. As we see Coach Pop getting a little refreshment that time. Hey, it's tough for the coaches too. They get thirsty.
Well, we all do get thirsty at one point in our lives.
Just 1 point, Randy? I get thirsty 7 or 8 times in the afternoon. He just got thirsty once. Man, what are you made of?
It just depends on what you're thirsting for. Third down and 4 yards to go. And it's a ground ball, and it looks like a pooch kick, as actually it was fourth down. My mistake on that, and the ball takes a bounce and is picked up, and wow, very nice hit right there by number 79, Mark DiPiazza, and the Commodores take over.
Well, number 79 had the rudest of welcomes that for the running return man. Number 6, Troy Roberts, as we just see him meet him with a ton of bricks. Puts the helmet right underneath the chin, and as that coach for Frazier felt it, he's on his back saying, man, how's he moving after that?
A very nice hit by DiPiazza, but it does not stop the fact that Frazier once again has the ball in Trojan territory. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. As Robertson gets set as the wideout, Abel behind center. And it's another handoff to McGavitt, and McGavitt rolls his way forward and gets thrown back a bit by number 22, Ryan Encapera.
Good play for Encapera to stop him as McGavitt's run pretty much roughshod and rampant over the California Trojan defense, as California's kept Nathan Peters and company off the field for most of this ballgame. They lead. The time of possession battle was heavily in the favor of Frazier, as all those F's in that sentence has caused me a little bit of grief. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 to go. We're just underway in the fourth quarter. Frazier leading 6-0.
All right, the Commodores break out of the huddle. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Mitchell and Robertson are the wideouts. McGavitt, the lone setback, and the whistle blows. Penalty on the play.
Most likely a delay of game of some sort.
And that is exactly what it is, so push the Commodores back 5 yards.
Well, Frazier definitely didn't need that as they're trying to get a score to put this game out of reach, because I think a touchdown here would break the backs of the Trojans, because they've pretty much been bottled up so far in this ball game, up to this point in this ball game.
So 2nd down and 14 to go for the Commodores, and Abel drops back the throw under pressure. He's got a man, though. He's open, and it is just a little bit beyond the reach of number 2, Tyrone Mitchell.
Well, we saw Mitchell and Abel hook up before on a nice, pretty pass play. So you see some of the Frazier bench players right there. Abel has impressed me immensely with his arm tonight. That ball traveled a good 40 yards in the air. As we see, he gets good time that time and just heaves it down the field just out of the reach of Mitchell.
Well, Abel has hit kind of a cold spell here as he is his last 4 passes, 3 incompletions, and the interception by Mock. 3rd down and 14 yards to go at the California 49-yard line, and a handoff to the up man. It's McGavitt, and McGavitt drives his way forward, and he gets thrown down at the 39, but still a very good game, but it will be short of a first down.
Well, McGavitt did good to get back inside of the 45 yards. We see right here it's an inside handoff as he sheds a couple would-be tacklers right here until he's brought down by the entire interior of the California defense.
Sets up a 4th down and about 6 yards to go, and Abel is now way back. It looks like he is going to punt the ball. And Barbaro is going back deep to receive for California. The Trojans look very wary of a possible fake. And a low snap. Abel gets it, a nice spiral, and Barbaro will take it at about the 10. He's trying to go down the sideline and gets an opening and is still on his feet. He avoids a few more tacklers and then finally gets thrown out of bounds with authority by the Frazier Commodores.
Good footwork again displayed that time by Brady Barbaros. He just tiptoes up the left sideline through the Frazier defense. That gives his team good field position. We see right here, we'll make a couple men miss. That's number 77, Josh Miller, being discarded right there. And then number 6, Troy Robertson. So he's finally in there. Oh, he gets by him, and he just keeps on going until he's finally knocked out of bounds by number 51, Will Hoff again.
A very nice return by Barbaro, covers about 16 yards, and the Trojans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. And it's kept by Barbaro, and Barbaro does not fool the Commodore defense as he is stopped for about a gain of 1, if anything.
Once again, Frazier just showing that they've practiced too hard this week. They're filling every gap available.
Once again, more spirit shown by the Frazier Commodore cheerleaders, hoping that their team can contain the California Trojans for 8 minutes and 45 seconds more. It's now 2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. Barbaro gets set, and he's rolling out. He's gonna throw, it looks like. He's got a man, and it's complete. Nice catch right there by number 81, Kevin Mock, but it still looks a little short of the first down. 3rd down for California.
We've seen California run this pattern a lot tonight. It's just Barbaro going out on a little swing pattern. So he's rolling, rawhide until he finds number 81. It's Kevin Mock, and Mock is rocked out of bounds. There's a good shot of the Frazier band. They put on a tremendous halftime show, as did the California band. Both bands sounded really, really good.
And right now the Trojans break out of the huddle. 3rd down and 4 yards to go for California. Ryan Gibbons lined up as the wideout. Barbaro behind center and fakes the handoff to Peters. He's looking, he's gonna throw, he's got a man, and it's just over out of the reach of Kevin Mock. 4th down California.
Well, kind of surprising play call that time as it was 3rd down and about 3, and they've been living and dying by the run so far this season, and even though it hasn't worked that well tonight, surprised they went away from it even on that play. So bring up 4th down, and they'll probably punt the ball, but yes, they're definitely going to punt the ball. So we see Coach Pop for Frazier saying, hey, boys, go get them.
And now Kepich is back deep for California. And a low snap, and he's bobbled the snap. He's going to try and throw it. He's got a man, and it is intercepted. A very nice play, although I see penalty flags all over. The ball is loose, and right now it's a mad scramble for the ball. But I saw plenty of penalty flags, so I'm not sure what the situation is.
I have never seen Randy Page that many penalty flags thrown at once in a football game, high school, pro, Canadian, or arena. His interception was made. Looked like number 51, Will Hoff. He's having a tremendous game for Frazier. And the penalty is against California. As we see 83 picking up the ball and trying to throw it downfield, make something happen.
And so, with the crazy play right there, it was an ineligible receiver on California, declined by Frazier, and the interception will stand. 1st and 10 for the Commodores as they have the ball at California's 33-yard line.
Well, in the California team's defense, they didn't intend it to be a pass. They were just going downfield to cover the punt, and they were caught off guard when the snap was low, and the punter, number 83, Jay Kepik, couldn't pick it up and throw it or run with it or something like that. 1st and 10.
All right, and Abel hands it off to number 47, Roy Elliott, and Elliott bowls his way forward for about 4 yards.
Well, Frazier putting some fresh legs in there. It's been basically George McGavitt running the ball this evening. He's amassed a great deal of yardage this evening, as there is 7:54 remaining in this contest. Frazier leads 6-0 as we see that play one more time, as Elliott just drags defensive players with him to the ground.
Nice play right there by Elliott, and it will be 2nd down and 7 yards to go for the Frazier Commodores. And now it's a pitch out to the outside. McGavitt takes it, gonna try and turn the corner, and very nice job of containment by the California Trojans as McGavitt gets about 2 yards on the play.
Well, McGavitt ran a long way for a short gain, but that keeps the clock moving and advances the football a couple yards. See right here, it's just a little sweep to the right, and the defense pursues him, and they finally catch him after a short gain. It's number 88, Ryan Gibbons, making the stop.
And now the Abel comes back from his brief conference with Coach Pop, and they break out of the huddle. 6:48 and counting, and a big 3rd and 5 situation for the Commodores as Elliott and McGavitt are in the backfield, and Abel is going to throw. He's got a man, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of number 44, Justin Zackel.
Well, Zackel looked like he had the ball until it was broken up by number 51, Greg Kent. Zackel had the ball until both he and Kent went to the ground. Looked like Kent might have got a hand in this. Excellent protection that time given to Abel. So he just rolls out. There's not a maroon jersey on the field near him. It's a good pass and just out of the reach of his intended receiver to bring up 4th down and 7 to go.
An interesting predicament for the Commodores, and they're at the 28-yard line, which is the no man's land, as they will go for it here on 4th down and about 6 yards to go. As McGavitt's the only man in the backfield. Abel back to throw, pump fakes, throws, tipped and intercepted by number 81, Kevin Mock. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And once again, the Trojans are in business.
Well, Mock making a great defensive play right there as he stands down is Abel pump fakes. The ball's tipped by number 22 for California. That's Ryan Incampera into the hands of Mock, and he just runs it back up the field. There's still 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in this ball game for California to score, as they are only down 6 points. A touchdown, an extra point would put them ahead of this ball game.
And they will take over at their own 29-yard line. But right now, California has been unable to solve the Commodore puzzle, as Frazier's defense has pretty much had their way with the Trojans tonight. Barbaro is getting set, and it's a pitch out to Peters, and it's a fumble. Ball is loose as Peters tried to hand off the Klein on a reverse, and that play loses mucho yardage.
Well, that play was well designed, and it was a good thought, because if that play would have hooked up, Frazier totally bit the fake, as there was no white jersey on the left side of the field. There's a flag on the play. After, it'll be interesting to see what it is. It might be a personal foul against Frazier, and that's what it's going to be, for either a late hit or a celebration in the face of that play. So they're marking it off towards the left-hand side of your screen. Led by the ref, it'll still be 2nd down.
And so that sets up a 2nd down and 10 situation and that sets up the Trojans for 2nd down and 10, and the Trojans caught a big break there.
Well, definitely it was a big break for the Trojans.
6:06 to go, and Barbaro once again set behind center, pitches out to Peters, and Peters is dragged down. Another very fine play, this one by number 47, Roy Elliott, who just took Peters and dragged him down.
Well, Roy Elliott did not back down from Nathan Peters at all on this play. As we see Peters driving up the line, Elliott grabs him by the shoulders and just hauls him down. Good effort by Elliott, as Peters is clearly the bigger man on that exchange, and Elliott stands his ground. Lasses and pulls him down, puts him on the ground, and tries to mow him over like a lawnmower.
5.5 minutes to go. 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans. And now the Trojans are set in a passing formation. Kepich and Givens are the wideouts. And Barbaro drops back to throw. He's looking, and he slips, and he gets met. Wow. Very tough tackling right there by number 77, Josh Miller. And the Commodores look like they're just about ready to put this game on ice.
Well, Barbaro had a man wide open down the left sideline if he hadn't slipped. And then that's just Miller putting the finishing touches on that play, as he puts a big hurt on the quarterback Barbaro, as we see Frazier people cheering right there on the sideline behind a yellow sign with red letters. Bring up 4th down. It looks like California is set to punt.
Yes, Kepich is set to punt for the 6th time this evening. And snap is good this time, and Kepich gets off probably his nicest kick of the night, and it's taken at the 49-yard line by Robertson. Robertson gets into the Cal territory and is brought down at the Trojan 38-yard line.
Well, that was definitely the best kick of the night for California. Kepich got a beautiful spiral. It was out to midfield, and Frazier did a good job of just catching the ball and running upfield. As we see Robertson right there, just going to take the ball and run upfield and cover it up as soon as he sees any maroon jerseys get near him.
And a timeout called by the Frazier Commodores with 4.5 minutes to go. Frazier 6, California nothing.
You know, it's never too early to get ready for the rest of your life. You may now be a high school student or a recent high school graduate who wants more out of life than what you've got right now. We know you've got the questions. And call California University of Pennsylvania, because we think we have the answers. The admissions office number is 938-4404. Then stop down to see us. Bring those questions along with you. We believe that we have the answers to a successful future for you. Flexible schedules with day and evening classes close to home. A great dollar value complete with payment plan. Get yourself ready for the rest of your life today. Call Cal U Admissions Office at 938-4404. A caring university that will care for you. Cal U of PA, 938-4404.
And now we're back and now we take it down to our field reporter, BJ Forsyth. After this play, which is 1st and 10 for the Frazier Commodores at the California 38-yard line, and a handoff to McGavitt. McGavitt has a hole up the middle, 1st down, and is shoestring tackled by Barbaro. Let's go down to BJ.
Randy, as you may have seen, number 85, Brian Salisbury, was off for a good half of the 3rd quarter. This is because he has been very, very sick, and he had some cramps in his leg. But they worked him through, they put some ice on him, and they ran him rigorously back and forth across the field. He's back out there now, but it's hard to say how long he's going to be back out there before he starts cramping up again. Randy?
Thank you, BJ. And right now, with 4:06 to go, maybe Frazier can just hold the ball long enough so that Salisbury can get better treatment. And McGavitt turns the corner, and he just goes right by Barbaro, and it will be close to another Frazier 1st down, as McGavitt's become the workhorse here on this drive for Frazier.
Oh, McGavitt showing why he is also one of the most talked about backs in the Tri-County South Conference, as he's coming into California and just go running rush shots. We see a California player that time, so they're going to stop the clock. I can't get a number. It looks like number 79.
79, Mark DiPiazza, who had that great hit on the punt, and now seems that maybe cramps might be getting to him as well, as Coach Webb is out there for California, and they're raising the leg. It seems that his legs are cramping up.
Yes, it's hard to tell. That does appear to be the problem. Usually cramps are associated with the heat, but apparently it's just a lot of water in this cold weather. So there's a break in the action here.
I'll tell you the truth, it doesn't seem that cold. It was in the mid-70s this afternoon, and I figure now it's only dropped to about the high 60s and maybe not as much. And we'll take a break here with 3:53 to go.
I've been around this town a long time, and when it comes to buying a Buick, you can't beat C. Harper. With Buick's quality and style and C. Harper's commitment to customer satisfaction, you've got a winning combination. So before you buy a Buick, Chevy, or Geo somewhere else, see C. Harper first. You'll be glad you did. C. Harper Chevrolet, Geo, and Buick, Route 51, Belle Vernon.
Looking for an entertainment experience in home and car audio equipment and accessories? Visit Highway's House of Sound, an entertainment experience with the Mon Valley's largest display of home and car audio equipment. Featuring name brands such as JVC, Pioneer, Rockford Fosgate, and RCA. With low prices and professional installation available. Highways also carries Cellular One mobile phones and Viper car security systems. When you need stereo systems, speakers, equalizers, and more, visit Highways House of Sound, Route 88, Dunleavy.
And we're back, and once again, another fine run by George McGavitt, and he'll be close to yet another Commodore first down, as he has been the man on this drive for Frazier.
Well, they're just gonna. It wasn't surprising they've been running the ball and they've been giving it to McGavitt. He's been the workhorse this evening. As we see, it's just a straight draw play up the middle. And his blockers do a good job giving him a huge hole to run through. We could drive about 3 cars, provided they're small cars, not like my cars, which is big, but just excellent. They're just going to try and run the clock out and get another touchdown to boot as they're measuring for a first down.
That play covers 9 yards. It was just a little bit short of the intended first down target, and it will be 2nd and 1 from the 8-yard line for the Commodores. As the clock is running, we're down to 3:25 to go in this one.
We saw a good shot that time of the horses up front for McGavitt and company, as they have done an excellent job controlling the defensive front for California this evening.
2nd down, 1 yard to go. Elliott and McGavitt in the backfield, and a handoff to McGavitt, and it looks like he has enough for another Frazier first down.
Well, he gets the first down by sheer willpower, as he just runs over a couple California Trojans in the process. As California needs to make something happen defensively here. As we see, looks like the entire team brought down McGavitt that time, because there's only 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this ball game. As you see Coach Pop there. If there's a touchdown scored here by Frazier, you can pretty much put this game in the freezer and wrap it with freezer wrap.
1st and goal for the Commodores at the 3-yard line. Barbara Abel behind center, handoff to McGavitt, and McGavitt is stopped short. Nice tackle right there by Dave Dillon of the California Trojans, and immediately whistle blows timeout California with 2:34 to go in the 4th quarter. And as we see right here, the Trojan defense comes through and stops McGavitt at the line for little, if any, yardage.
Well, Randy, this is the biggest series of the game so far. If California can stop them with about a minute left, there's always hope. I'm not sure, as we've seen their passing attack has been very, very iffy this evening. They can run it down the field with any less time than a minute, as the Frazier defense should be commended for holding Nathan Peters. I believe it's under 100 yards. He has been bottled up and been off the field for much of this ball game, as the Frazier's controlled the tempo and the score.
Definitely a ton of credit to the Frazier defense, who has been able to stop Nathan Peters. And yes, according to my stats, he is well below the 100-yard mark with 2:34 to go in the ball game. 2nd and goal for the Commodores at the Trojan 3-yard line. Abel set, Elliott and McGavitt, handoff to McGavitt. McGavitt burst open, a nice block right there by Elliott. Touchdown Frazier. And right now, the crowd is on their feet on this side of the field as the Commodores take a 12-0 lead.
Well, that's the nail of the California coffin this evening, as McGavitt puts the exclamation point on his fine evening with the touchdown from 3 yards out, as he just gets through that hole very, very quickly is into the end zone before anybody knows what happens. He gets a good pat on the head there from Coach Dennis Pop, and deservedly so, as Frazier will attempt an extra point right now.
And Myers gets set for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good! And right now, the Commodore fans are going crazy. 13-0 Frazier late in the fourth quarter.
Uniontown Holiday Inn, owned by Crown American Hotels, is the perfect place for a family getaway. The Uniontown Holiday Inn offers more than just comfortable rooms. There's great food and all kinds of family fun in the Holodome Indoor Recreation Center. And when everything quiets down, there's even something special for Mom and Dad. Remember, kids and grandkids eat, stay, and play free. The Uniontown Holiday Inn, the official hotel for family fun.
I trained my boy McNeely to go toe-to-toe with the champ, and he did for 89 seconds. He didn't back down from any combinations thrown at him, and he ain't backing down from this one.
There's a new stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Not just cheese, but pepperoni baked right into the crust.
So good you'll eat it backwards. Show him, kid. Oh, boy.
The new 1-2 combination cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza.
Hey, McNeely, how many slices am I holding?
And we're back. R.J. Drusy is getting set to kick off for the Commodores, who now lead 13-0 with 2.5 minutes to go in regulation time. Drusy gets set, and here's the low line drive kick. It's on the ground, and the ball's just squibbing like crazy, and finally picked up by the Trojans at about the 30-yard line. Here's Pete Klein on the recovery for the Commodores, for the Trojans. And now we take it down to our field reporter, B.J. Forsythe.
As you see him laying on the field, number 79, Mike Piazza, was injured. He had a sprained ankle, but he's back in now. It was just a little bit of a sprain. He also had a little bit of a cramp as well. He's back out on the field. Randy, back to you.
Thank you, B.J. And now the Trojans are getting set. Barbaro behind center. And drops back the throw. He's looking. He's got a man. It's open. Number 88, Ryan Gibbons, who dropped the ball. Second down, California.
Well, Gibbons just started to run that time before he had possession of the ball. As he tried to turn that pass upfield, it was just a simple screen pattern right here. As Barbaro gets good time and fires it out into the flat. As we see Gibbons just take his eyes off the ball and drop it. Bring up second down and 10 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Frazier leads 13-0 on the high school game of the week on CUTV.
Really one catch that Gibbons should have come up with, as Barbaro 1 of 5 throwing this evening. His one completion, a 14-yard pass to Kevin Mock. Second down, 10 yards to go from the 32-yard line, and a ball is loose, and Barbaro gets the ball. He's going to try and roll out, but nowhere to run to. The ball is still loose, and it is picked up by number 72 of Frazier, Brian Usher. And Usher has recovered the ball, Commodore ball, and it appears it's party time in Perryopolis tonight.
Well, you said it, Randy. Frazier just caps an excellent evening. They came into California this evening pretty much the underdogs. We see, as it's a bad play from the beginning, as the quarterback right there cannot get the hand over it. He tries to make something good happen by running to the outside. There are 5, count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys in his way. Let's see who strips the ball. That is number 76 for Frazier, R.J. Drusy stripping the ball, and Brian Usher recovers. And Frazier can pretty much just run the clock out as California is pinned deep.
And first and 10, just outside the 10-yard line, and Abel fakes the handoff to Elliott and rolls out. He's looking, and it looks like he's just going to take some time off the clock, but he does appear that he picked up about 3 yards on the play.
He picked up 3 yards on the play, and he ran out of bounds. Pretty puzzling play call that time by Frazier, as all they really have to do is just run the clock out and run the ball.
And now it'll be second down, and looks like second down from the 6-yard line for the Commodores. And I don't know, after this is an intense Tri-County South Conference matchup. Do you really think Frazier might want to run it up and rub it in Cal's face right here?
Oh, I doubt that very much, Randy. They're just trying to work some kinks out of the offense that they might have, that they might encounter later down the road. And I really doubt that it would be anything like running it up or getting in their face. You never know when these points could come back to haunt them down the road in a tie-breaking situation. So it's just best to try and go out there and give it your all until the final whistle blows, and then take a shower and go back home. So that's what they're doing.
As a short handoff to Elliott on that last play, as he got stuffed at the line, and now Frazier's taken some more time off the clock. We're down to 1:25 to go here at the high school football game of the week. And now the Commodores break out of the huddle on 3rd down. Abel is set behind center and pitches out to McGavitt. McGavitt thrown down as a swarm of Trojans all over McGavitt on that. Looks like he lost about 5 yards on the play.
Well, McGavitt had trouble taking the toss that time, as the toss was a little bit high from Abel. It hit him almost in the face mask. And McGavitt had to concentrate really heavily. So we see him picking some dirt out of the face mask there, really heavily to get that toss and run around the corner.
And now the Trojans have called timeout. That's their second timeout of the game, well, of the half, and they still have one remaining as they're trying to come out with one last-ditch effort, I would guess, with 1:04 to go.
Well, funnier things have happened in the past in any football situation. They are down 13 points, so that means they would need to get a turnover, get a touchdown, onside kick, touchdown. I mean, it could happen. You never know. They're just trying to stay in this ball game. They're going to play until the final whistle. This evening, they have to be disappointed with their effort this evening, as the Frazier defense has kept Nathan Peters and company totally in check, and the Frazier cheerleaders definitely have something to celebrate about.
And right now, the Frazier cheerleaders have a lot to cheer about, as their team is up 13-0. And next week, we'll have the Frazier Commodores again at the high school football game of the week as they travel to Carmichael's.
Yes.
Let's go, Frazier!
And now it is 4th down and 10 yards to go for the Commodores. Abel is set behind center, and a handoff to number 22, McGavitt. And McGavitt is stopped short, and the California Trojan offense will have one final opportunity with 1 minute to go in the game.
Well, we have a break in action, Randy. We'd like to wish a happy birthday to our crew member, Vince Gully, who will have a birthday on Sunday. Since your birthday is in a couple weeks with you, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Vince, from all of us here at the high school football game of the week.
Yep, and with 1 minute to go, California down 13-0. I think right now, Gary, it's time for them to shake this one off and look ahead to Mapletown next week.
Yes, Randy, they have to shake this one off, sleep on it over the weekend, and come out Monday practicing hard to get another win. As they will fall to 2-2, and Frazier will improve to 2-2 on this young football season.
Okay, Barbaro is now set with 1 minute to go, and it's a handoff to Peters, and Peters is stuffed for about a gain of 3 yards, as it just shows the Frazier D's excellent job of containing Nathan Peters tonight.
Well, they don't have enough game balls to give out to the entire Frazier defenses. They have controlled that man, number 40, Nathan Peters, who has had 6 consecutive 200-yard-plus running games.
That streak will come to an end tonight as a pass complete to number 83, Jay Kepich. It looks like it will be very close to a first down, as right now California is in a hurry-up situation.
Good concentration by Kepich as the ball is thrown high. He makes a good effort to get that ball and get down with control. And he tries to get out of bounds, but it's no avail as he's kept inbounds by the Frazier defensive players. We see Barbaro just about knocking over his entire huddle there.
3rd down and 1 yard to go. 5 seconds left. This will be the final play of the ball game. Barbaro rolls out. He's looking to throw, and he decides to throw, and it is complete. And Brady Barbaro's passing stats will be a little bit improved. Nice play by Kevin Mock, but that is the ball game. The Frazier Commodores have defeated the California Trojans 13-0 at the high school football game of the week. An inspiring performance by the Commodores tonight.
Oh, an excellent performance all around for the Frazier team. On the defensive end of the ball, they controlled California from the opening get-go. They stopped Nathan Peters to under 100 yards. On the offensive side of the ball, Frazier ran roughshod led by number 22, George McGavitt, with his legs, number 8, Greg Abel, throwing the ball. Excellent, excellent ball game for the Frazier Commodores.
Commodores looked very strong tonight as they come away with a 13-0 win here at the high school football game of the week.
CUTV's award-winning television coverage of the second half of tonight's high school football game of the week on California University Television is brought to you by the Uniontown Holiday Inn, the official hotel for family fun. By Pizza Hut, we're making it great. By the Highway House of Sound, an entertainment experience. By Pittsburgh Communications, serving your two-way communication needs. By the Mid-Mon Valley Transit Authority, moving the Mid-Mon Valley from California to Pittsburgh. By C. Harper Chevrolet Geo Buick, the price fighter. And by Clem's Trailer Sales, Riverside Chrysler Dodge. Voted by ESPN as the #1 college television station in the nation for sports, and a recipient of the 1996 Telly Award, CUTV sports coverage will return with the second half of tonight's high school football game of the week right after this.
Are you tired of the daily traffic congestion? Constantly not being able to find a parking space when you need it most? And always having to rush because you arrive late to work or school and don't want to miss that first class of the day? Why not let the Mon Valley Transit Authority help you? We have routes all over the Mon Valley and into downtown Pittsburgh. For schedules and information, please call the Mon Valley Transit Authority at 489-0880. We're moving the Mid-Mon Valley.
Looking for an entertainment experience in home and car audio equipment and accessories? Visit Highway's House of Sound, an entertainment experience with the Mon Valley's largest display of home and car audio equipment. Featuring name brands such as JVC, Pioneer, Rockford Fosgate, and RCA. With low prices and professional installation available. Highways also carries Cellular One mobile phones and Viper car security systems. When you need stereo systems, speakers, equalizers, and more, visit Highway's House of Sound, Route 88, Dunleavy.
You've got to see Harper Chevrolet.
Now that I'm retired, I'm really enjoying the fun things in life. And nothing makes driving to your favorite fishing hole more fun than a Chevy truck or sport utility vehicle from C. Harper Chevrolet. You just can't beat C. Harper's deals. They don't call Casey Harper the price fighter for nothing. C. Harper Chevrolet, Geo and Buick, located on Route 51, Bell Vernon, minutes from Route 70 and the Turnpike.
Pittsburgh Communications is your authorized Motorola two-way radio dealer. When you hear Motorola, you think dependability, durability, originality, and affordability. Pittsburgh Communications has supplied most EMS, fire, and police agencies in the Pittsburgh area, as well as small business and large airline communications. Pittsburgh Communications, taking care of your two-way communication needs. For more information, call 412-366-3510.
Uniontown Holiday Inn, owned by Crown American Hotels, is the perfect place for a family getaway. The Uniontown Holiday Inn offers more than just comfortable rooms. There's great food and all kinds of family fun in the Holidome Indoor Recreation Center. And when everything quiets down, there's even something special for Mom and Dad. Remember, kids and grandkids eat, stay, and play free. The Uniontown Holiday Inn, the official hotel for family fun.
I trained my boy McNeely to go toe-to-toe with the champ, and he did for 89 seconds. He didn't back down from any combinations thrown at him, and he ain't backing down from this one.
There's a new stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Not just cheese, but pepperoni baked right into the crust.
So good you'll eat it backwards. Show him, kid. Oh, boy.
The new 1-2 combination cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza.
Hey, McNeely, how many slices am I holding?
Welcome back to Booster Field, and now we take it down to our field reporter, B.J. Forsyth.
Coach Pop, a glorious win. You have to be happy with your team's performance. You know, you hear it in the papers and you see it on TV talking about their one player alone. You think that gives your team an incentive to just go out there and hit harder?
Well, we knew he was their offense. If we put a stop to him, we controlled their offensive strategy, and our defense just did a great job. Our outside linebackers came across, contained, and our defense pursued like crazy, and we just gang tackled and kept after them.
Now next week you go against Carmichael's, and they're a perennial Tri-County South power as well. What do you expect from them next week?
They have a great running back also. I can't think of his name right now, but he has 100-some yards each game. They're going to be a tough game. Every week in, week out, it's a tough game. And Carmichael's is going to come in. We're going to their place, and we're in for a nail-biter, I'm sure. But if our kids play like they did tonight with their determination, I think we'll be fine.
Has to be a great feeling winning on the road. So how many more home away games do you have before you go back home?
We have a Carmichael's away, and then we're home with West Green on a Saturday afternoon. And really, our kids don't mind away games. They enjoy Friday night football, and their performance so far in the conference play has proven that.
Best of luck in next week.
Thank you very much.
Randy?
Thank you, BJ, and very nice performance by the Frazier Commodores. Contained Nathan Peters to 88 yards, so his streak is over.
A great effort by the Frazier defense. That was a team effort. There was not one person that pretty much picked it up, and they just, as a team, brought California to its knees this evening.
And that'll about do it from Booster Field, where the final score was Frazier 13, California nothing. For BJ Forsyth and Gary Smith, I'm Randy Page. Have a good evening.